I decided to come up with the idea of making a comic book simply because I love comic books and I used to read them as a child. I'm a huge fan of Alan Moore, who is from my hometown, Northamptonshire, and I just love the fact that you can dive into this imaginative world and really escape into true concepts. And I really love the irony that comic books bring, where you can talk about political things, but they're wrapped up in fantasy. And I remember just sitting at home and I just had this storyline in my head, and it's titled The City of Abacus. And I called up my friend David Elaine and I asked him if he wanted to be a part of the project. And so me and David worked on it together. And then we introduced another illustrator who's called Emma Price, and we've all been working on it together. And all of us have this consistent trend for the love of animation and comic books, and we just generally started doing the work, and that's how it happened. It's really hard to choose which is your favourite comic book, because there's so many out there, but I guess I should start off with the classics like the Spider-Mans and the Supermans and the Catwomans. And I'm also a real fan of contemporary comic book writers such as Terry Moore, who did Strangers in Paradise, I Dream of You, or A Jew in Communist Prague by Vittorio. But I'm also read a lot of books, so The City of Abacus is very much inspired by books such as The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand and 1984 by George Orwell. So yeah, they're all the different influences that I like, and they're my favourite comics. The MX41 is a machine in the comic book The City of Abacus, and it's basically a piece of technology that numbs the brain of the Abaconians, and they can no longer be individual or think for themselves. And it's kind of a symbol of what technology is doing and how it's slowly making us more disconnected and zombie-like, where we're almost losing a sense of our individuality and sort of our organic way of socialising, which was how it was in the olden days, where kids went out and rode on bicycles and people actually picked up the phone and talked to each other, or even further than that, actually went round to someone's house with a cake or something and sat down and had a conversation. So the MX41 is the symbol of how we're being numbed by the media and numbed by, people in power. And so it's quite a cynical symbol of the comic, and it's quite extreme. And the first edition of the comic is centered around this piece of technology, and it's called the MX41. So we've finally got together an application for the iPhone, and we worked with a wonderful developer called Robert Gordon, who is from Atlanta in America, and we are happy to say that by May the 22nd we shall have an application, so you can actually download the comic on your iPhone and read it on the train or wherever you are walking around. So it's quite ironic and a bit of a contradiction, as we're talking about how technology is numbing our minds, yet we're using it to let the world read about the comic. But hey, there are positives for technology, I suppose. The City of Abacus is available from May the 7th, and you can buy it on www.thecityofabacus.com, and from May the 22nd it will be available to download as an application on the iPhone, just for you. Alright, thanks for listening. I'm Vivi Brown. Bye!